Hey guys, and welcome to another video of mine, and it is contemporary recommendations for the summer. So if you've been following my channel or know me personally or on Twitter or Instagram, blah, 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 you know that I'm a big contemporary fan, and I know a lot of people that always ask me for contemporary recommendations, and I'm just really, I really appreciate everyone that contacts me and tells me that, you know, they always look up for me for contemporary recommendations, because that just makes me really happy. And I thought, since a lot of contemporary recommendations are coming out, I thought, you know, I should be doing that, because, you know, I consider myself, you know, one of the few people that love contemporary so much, and it's their favorite genre across, like, BookTube. So I'm like, you know what? And someone else asked me to do it, so I'm like, I should just do it. So this video will be in two parts. The first part is contemporary recommendations, lighthearted, beachy, you know, fun contemporary recommendations for the summer that I've read and own. And the other half, or not the other half because there's like 3 books, there are 3 really lighthearted contemporary books that I want to read this summer, because I know that they're fun and cute and just, you know, not really heavy and deep. Deep as in, like, you know, emotionally and all that stuff, and issue-wise. It's not really in any order, so I'm just gonna show you the books, and I'll tell you what rating I gave them, just to give you an indication of how much I like them. The first one is The Distance Between Us by Kasie West. Gave this book 5 stars, all-time favorite. It's so cute. I read it in a single day. I've recommended it to 2 of my real-life friends back in Dubai, and they've each read it and fell in love and love Xander and just love this book to bits. So definitely recommend this one. Way high up on the recommendation list. It's so much fun. The Distance Between Us is about the main protagonist, Cayman, and she lives with her mom, and they're kind of not poor, but they're like on that side. And she meets this guy called Xander Spence. He's tall, handsome, and he's oozing rich. So it's basically, you know, the gap of her being poor and him being so rich, and how do you really get over that to have a proper relationship without, you know, letting it get in the way. And I just thought it was really well done by Kasie West, and I just loved it. The second one is Biggest Flirts by Jennifer Eccles. This is more for not mature YA, but like not the typical 13, 14-year-olds. And I, again, love this one. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's a lot of fun. The main protagonist is 18 years old, I think, and so is the love interest. And it talks about this girl who just has a really bad reputation of being, you know, a party animal and not really caring about school, but at the same time she's in, like, what is it, the marching bands, and she lives alone with her dad, and her sisters all left. And you might think this is heavy, but it's not really heavy. So this guy comes in, and they, you know, do the whole flirting thing, and which is why for their superlatives at high school they get the title of Biggest Flirts, which is really awkward, because after that time Will already has someone that he's dating, and it's just a lot of fun, fun. And it's part of a companion novel trilogy that I'm excited about. But I love this one. The third book, which is actually a trilogy, is... Did you think I wouldn't put this? Because you should know me. I would definitely put this. And it's The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I read this 4 or 5 years ago. I can't even remember. I love this trilogy. I've read it more than once, and I think it's the perfect summer beachy trilogy, series, book. It's set in the summer. It's set on the beach. The girl, it's called Belly, and basically the story is about Belly, and her brother and her mom always go to the beach house of Cousins Beach, and this is where Susanna, her mom's best friend, and her 2 sons, Conrad and Jeremiah, also go to the summer. So they've always been going there every summer together, but on her 16th summer, she basically, you know, changed the summer. She became pretty. They start looking at her differently, and she's always had a crush on Conrad. But then there's Jeremiah, and it's just really cute, and I think it's perfect for the summer. I really want to reread just this book at least for the summer. And of course I gave this an all-time favorite, like, no doubt. The next book is a recent cute favorite, and it's Ditched by Robin Mellem, a love story, and this book is about a girl's prom night. And if you've seen any of my videos, this is going to be redundant, but it's about this girl retelling her prom night the morning after by the stains on her dress, which I think is hilarious. I just love it. And this is actually the dress she wore to prom, and it's so cute. And it says here there's a girl and there's a boy, then there's a ditch. So she ends up going with her best friends who she's started to develop feelings for. But then it's basically told 2 weeks before prom and the night of prom until the morning where she was in a ditch. So it's really cute. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and this is definitely a very short, breezy, easy read. The next book is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I think this is really perfect, especially for people who are in their senior years of high school, going into college, because this is the story of Kath and Ren and their first year at university. And I think it's very cute. And Kath is a fangirl. She writes fan fiction for this whole series that's sort of written or inspired by Harry Potter. So she's like a total fangirl like all of us, and it's just really cute. The love interest, Levi, I'm pretty sure you've heard about him. He's adorable. But I especially love reading about her relationship with her sister as well as her relationship with Levi, and it's just really cute. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I recommend is Smart Girls Get What They Want by Sarah Strohmeyer. This is the story of Gigi along with Bia and Nurja, and they are best friends and total overachievers, so they're basically the smart girls. And I've read this in 2012, but Gigi decides to run for student rep. But the problem is that she's gonna have to go head-to-head with the gorgeous California Will. So it's really cute, the competitiveness between her and Will, and then the whole romance line. I think it's just so adorable, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was more of a one-sit read, definitely. Then of course, the last 2 books are 2 books that you would probably see in every single contemporary, light-hearted, cute recommendation video. The second is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, another Jenny Han book. And I love this one so much. I had an arc of this one, but I loved it so much that I ended up buying a finished copy. Plus, I went to her signing, so I had to get a finished copy. But point is, this is about Laura Jean, and she's half Korean, which I love, because if you know me, you know I'm a huge Korean culture, Korean drama, Korean everything fan. And it talks about, she has, writes letters for every guy she's ever loved and puts them in a hat box, but those letters in the hat box get mailed one time, and she has to deal with, you know, every guy reading the letters that she's written about them. And there are 5 guys in total, and it's so adorable. It was very unpredictable. I didn't know which side Jenny Han was going to go between 2 of those guys, and I just love the relationship between her and Peter, and her and her sister. Oh my god, just loved it. 5 out of 5 stars, all-time favorite. I really want to reread this, even though I just read it in like April or March. The last book is Anna and the French Kiss, and by Stephanie Perkins. So Daniela loves this book so much, so I'm pretty sure she's grinning from ear to ear because I recommended this. And I've actually discovered Danielle's channel really recent, and I love her channel. She's funny, and I just like her videos, and basically, without using the word and or basically, check her out. Check her channel out. She doesn't have a lot of subscribers, so I was a bit shocked because her video qualities are really good. Her content is awesome. So I just thought, you know, I would give her a shout out. I already told her that I'm going to give her a shout out, so this shout out is for you, Daniela. And this is for you. This is one of my first contemporary YA books before I even know what YA was. And I remember sitting down and reading it and never stopping until the end, and I'm like, what's this? What is life? I need more. I need more. And it was perfect. Perfect. There's nothing different I would want with this book. At all. At all. I've reread this like 3 or 4 times. I've literally got 7 of my real life friends back in Dubai to read this, and every single one of them was obsessed and loved it. I don't know what's the point of me explaining what this is about, but you never know. I might have someone who doesn't know what this book's about. And this is about Anna, whose dad ships her off to a boarding school called SOPA, I think, in France, Paris. And she meets St. Clair, Etienne St. Clair, and she meets these other couple of friends, and her and St. Clair's relationship starts off as being friends, and then it sort of develops. So St. Clair has a girlfriend, and don't worry, there's no like cheating in there, but it's just very charged and awkward, and just, oh, your stomach flips every time you read this book and you read scenes between them, and it's so adorable. And this is also the first of a companion trilogy, and the third one, Island Happily Ever After, is coming out in August. Thank God. Perfect. Yes, you need to read this. You need to. I actually got 2 people that I know through Twitter and Instagram to read them, so, and they both loved them, by the way, so you gotta read this one. Now moving on to the second part of my video, which is to show you 3 books that I'm planning on reading, and they're, you know, cute summer contemporaries. I didn't want to recommend them because I don't read them, so I thought, you know what, I'll just show you the ones I'm going to read. So the first one is Sarah Mlynowski's 10 Things We Did and Probably Shouldn't Have. I have wanted to read this book even before it came out, when I read what it was about, and I picked it up more than once, but for some reason I never read it. So my sister ended up buying this, or was it me? I don't even know if it was me or my sister. I really don't even remember. But it talks about a girl, and she's 16 years old, and she finally has the chance to live with her friend when her parents go on this trip. So her, along with her housemates, do a lot of things that they did and probably shouldn't have. The first one is that they lied to their parents. And the second one is that the third one, they kind of jump. They skip school, they buy a hot tub, they harbor a fugitive, and there's just like a couple or a list of things. It sounds really fun. And I've heard the best things about this, so I don't understand my reasoning of never picking this book up, but I will. I will. So this is going to be read soon. The second book is Reunited by Hilary Westman Graham, and this talks about 3 ex-best friends. So they were an inseparable trio, but something happened and their friendship broke up. However, they are obsessed with this band called Level 3. Level 3 announced that they have a concert, and one of the girls, Alice, buys 3 tickets for her former friends too, and they take a road trip. And it says here, 1 concert, 2,000 miles, 3 ex-best friends. I've wanted to read this book ever since, even before it came out, when the cover reveal was out, but I never got the chance, so now that I have it, I'm so excited to read this. And the last book that I'm hoping to read, and I am going to read, is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. This is like a really recent release, so I don't think there's any reason for me to talk more about it. My sister already made a video review of this one where she gushes about it, but basically talks about 2 close friends. I don't know if they're best friends or not. Sloane and Emily, I think. Her name's Emily? Yes, Emily. And Sloane is like the extrovert, Emily is the introvert. And one day, Sloane disappears and leaves a to-do list for Emily. And Emily, in hopes of finding Sloane, she thinks if she does all the to-do lists, then maybe at the end of that's where she'll find Sloane. And some of the to-do lists are actually really funny, like ride a Dern horse, yak cowpoke, wear a backless dress, dance until dawn, hug a Jamie, apple picking at night, kiss a stranger, steal something. Sounds like more of a discover yourself kind of book, and apparently there's flashbacks of Sloane and Emily, so you also get to know Sloane. So I'm really excited for this one. So let's pick them up. Let's try to pick them up. Even though the paperbacks are at the bottom, which is never a good thing. If you don't have a proper infrastructure, everything's gonna go down. But basically, these are the books that I would recommend, and the top 3 are the ones that I'm planning on reading. And let me know if you guys have read any of these, especially those 3, and let me know if you love them. And if you've read any of those based on my recommendations already, let me know. I'd love to hear it. And yes, that is it. I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye!